Son Goku, a Saiyan warrior from Earth whose goal is to be the strongest mortal in the universe, versus Yugi Mutou, a boy who is the vessel of an ancient 3,000-year-old pharaoh who lays dormant within an ancient artifact known as the Millennium Puzzle. Both characters are well known of being kind-hearted old-gen protagonists, as well as having godlike abilities and super obsessed rivals. But if the two of them were to battle, who will come out on top? So in today's video, I'm going to use power scaling to determine who's stronger between the two characters by discussing their AP, speed, and hacks and abilities. So we're gonna start off with the OG Son Goku. Z Goku would be around universal as he's able to scale above characters like Frieza from the Frieza saga, who is stated multiple times to have the power to destroy the universe, as well as scaling above characters like Cell, who is stated to have the power to destroy an entire solar system, and is also stated to have infinite power multiple times and could also destroy the universe, and was also capable of defeating Boo, who was a threat to the universe and could also reach and destroy galaxies. Putting Goku to high universal wouldn't really be far-fetched. And finally, his most famous feat is during the Battle of the Gods. The clash between Goku and Beerus fists were about to destroy the entire Dragon Ball macrocosms, and the macrocosmos contain multiple universe-sized realms which would scale Goku to around low multiversal. And as for speed, Goku was able to travel from the Kaio world to Hell, which is calculated to be quadrillion times the speed of light, scaling Goku's speed to massively faster than Light Plus. Overall, Goku would be around low multiversal with massively faster than Light Plus speed, with hacks like power mimicry, statistic amplification, light, sealing, light manipulation, and so on and so forth. Oh, and I want to make something clear. Goku isn't outversal. A lot of Dragon Ball fans like to point out that Goku is outversal. Like, I've seen the scales, and trust me, they have been debunked a lot, but I guess I'm just going to debunk it myself in this video, so let's get started already. It's not canon. It's invalid. Again, not canon. King Kai says otherwise. Time still exists. There, I've debunked it. Now let's get to Yugi's scaling. So first off, Yugi was able to beat the likes of Maximilian Pegasus, who is stated to have limitless powers, which will put Yugi around high universal. Some might say it's inconsistent. Well, it actually is consistent considering that Pegasus also wields Toon World, which is stated to be an infinite plane of existence. And to even add more high uni Yugi, Yugi also wields 3 Egyptian gods, the same gods that are stated to have infinite power. This easily puts Yugi to high universal levels of AP. Later on in Battle City, he ends up beating Seto Kaiba, who wields the Blue Eyes White Dragon, a creature that is stated to transcend the Egyptian gods. And since the gods were already proven to be 3D, the Blue Eyes White Dragon transcends them, which would make it 5D, which also scales Yugi to 5D. Yugi then proceeds to battle Darts during the Orichalcos arc. Darts was able to summon his most powerful servant, an infinitely powered Divine Serpent Gay. Yugi then creates an infinite loop combo that not only was infinite times 3, but was an infinity that surpasses infinite attack points stated by Darts himself. Then Yugi creates Tamaya's the Knight of Destiny that surpasses that same infinity and one-shot Divine Serpent Gay. Gojo, stay away from this guy. Anyway, this brings us to the next series, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, when it was stated multiple times that Yugi is the strongest duelist who wields the strongest deck. This puts him over characters like Jaden and Yubel, who can control the entire universe. The same universe that is stated to contain 12 dimensions. Now this is where I need to go into more detail, because a lot of people claim this is a low multiversal feat, thinking the dimensions are actually universes, but they actually scale higher than that. Let me explain. With these scans, notice how Yubel specifies the 12 universes compared to how she says the 12 dimensions. With every scene regarding Yubel's feat, she specifies the difference between dimensions, aka Jigen, and universe, aka Uchu. Hence, essentially, what she is doing is controlling the universe with super polymerization and ruling over the 12 dimensions. This is important because Yubel used the word jigen, which is the word for dimensions in Japanese, and jigen itself is commonly used as a way to describe mathematical dimensions, meaning Yubel's 12 dimensions of the universe are in fact mathematical dimensions, hence they are higher dimensions, meaning Yubel's feet is actually 12D. It also means that the universe in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is at least 13D because there are 12 mathematical spatial dimensions plus one of time. Yubel is also stated to be extra dimensional, which makes it 14D, alongside Jaden and Yugi. And to add more to their dimensionality, Yugi alongside Jaden and Yusei defeated Paradox, who had a different mathematical dimension depth compared to the trio, so in this case, it's 15D.
私のデッキはあらゆる時代から最強カードを集めた別次元の領域。
To add even more, the final version of Yugi scales above Kaiba in the final arc, which his Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon had an attack that surpassed dimensions, which is at least 16D to 17D. Yugi also scales above the Netherworld, but in order to understand the Netherworld scaling, I have to use the manga as it goes into more detail on where to scale it. Kaiba tried to reach Atem as he increased his mind for accessing an higher dimension that was beyond human limits, but he almost died. Despite the prana being a higher dimensional consciousness, they still needed to ascend to a higher dimension to go to the Netherworld, where Atem resides. This at least gets the Netherworld a 2D higher dimension, thus scaling Yugi to 19D. So in terms of AP, Yugi will scale to Hyperversal.
私たちの世界はマスターたちの世界に生きる人々の思念によって生み出された世界、いわば思念エネルギーの世界です。